Hi, I'm Jan Rothenberg, and welcome back to Good Karma Designs. I have here Josh Kolkana, who is a director at the Place of Hope. Let me tell you a little bit about Josh. Josh is the director of Homes of Hope and Villages of Hope in Palm Beach County. Prior to this, he was the director of the Seven Stars Emergency Shelter and a pastor of high school ministries. The Place of Hope has been a long-standing faith-based, state-licensed child welfare organization in Palm Beach County for over 12 years, and they're one of the largest child welfare providers in the state. There is also a new Place of Hope at the Haven in Boca Raton, which is a brand new branch under construction, and it is providing family-style foster care for both emergency, long-term, and providing hope and healing opportunities for children and families who have been traumatized by abuse or neglect throughout our region. Their motto is placing hope in a child's future. Welcome, Josh. It is so wonderful to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's awesome. Tell us a little bit about Place of Hope in general and what is going on there and what you do for the children.
Sure. Place of Hope has been around just about 13 years now. And so we started up in the north end of the county, and we have several campuses up that way, and we were incredibly blessed to have the opportunity to move down this way. And we have our new campus that you mentioned called Place of Hope at the Haven. And we're right off of Glades Road there. And we had the opportunity to take in that campus and to start replicating what we've been doing. And what that's been is over the last 13 years, we've cared for literally infants from the hospital all the way up to young adults, 24 and 25 years old. Those that find themselves the victims of abuse, neglect, abandonment, that the Department of Children and Families moves in and seeks to serve. And we've become a pretty big provider of services for that population.
That is amazing what you're doing for the children. I've had the privilege and honor of being involved as a volunteer with your organization through the design project to renovate the cottages. And I did visit the North Campus, and what I found to be so unique was the home environments that you set up that really did not feel like an institution, but felt like home. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, sometimes when you think about child welfare and you think about the history of child welfare, you have a very institutional mental image in that you think of. And when we started, we wanted it to be different. If these kids couldn't be in a home, if they couldn't be in a traditional setting, we wanted to replicate that as closely as we could. And so we started with saying that they're going to be in a traditional house. It's going to feel like a normal neighborhood. We're going to have house parents, a husband and wife that move in and that are full-time there and raise them as their own. And as you're saying, we didn't just look for hand-me-downs or things that we could just throw in and have a bed here and a couch there, but we wanted floor to ceiling. We wanted it to be a very welcoming, energizing, and just a comfortable place for them to call home.
And that is so important. I'm all about creating good karma through home. And I think nobody needs it more than children without a home. It just touches my heart so, because they've come from situations that are so neglectful and so unfortunate. Sometimes they're taken out in the middle of the night with nowhere to go. And they're placed down in an environment with nurturing parents and a surrounding that maybe they've never even had a quilt, a comforter, their own bed, their own chest of drawers, a pretty picture on the wall. And it's just such an incredible, nurturing environment for them to overcome what's happened in their lives.
Yeah, caring for them isn't just about protecting them from their past and getting them the healing they need. It really is about teaching them that they're worth so much more than what they'd experienced in the past. And I'll tell you a quick story. We had a little boy that was living in a house for some time, and he was living in a car and homeless before he came to us. And after living in the house for a few months, he came and he was kind of looking off into space one day, and the house parent said, "What are you thinking about? What's going on?" And he's just looking around the house, and he says, "When I get older, I'm going to have a house just like this for my family."
Oh, wow.
And to be able to look at him and say, there's no reason why you can't. You know, you should feel comfortable and you should be able to provide for your family like this. And we believe you can do that.
And the seeds of inspiration are planted there, that he sees something that he could then create in his life that he didn't have a program for before. Because from where he came, he couldn't envision that environment. So just saving that one life among the many, many others that you save and you change is just the most heartwarming, amazing work. Tell us, how long are the children in the care?
when we have children come into care, like I said, they're being removed from environments where it's not safe for them to stay. And the county will always look for a relative first. That's always the best place, is you can place them with a relative with which they're familiar.
Right.
But when that doesn't work, they do come to us, and they come into our foster homes, into our cottages, and we've had children be there for a night or two, and then they do find someone that they can go stay with. And then we've had children that have moved in elementary school, and this is their home. They're raised throughout their schooling, and until their 18th birthday, they're raised in our care, and we get to nurture them and care for them and be their family.
You basically give them a family environment where there was none before. And what do you do with siblings?
One of the things we really specialize in at Place of Hope is we have the capacity to keep siblings together.
Oh, that's
a lot of
fabulous.
times when these children are removed, because you can't put 3 or 4 children in most people's homes, you have 2 going over here and 2 going over here, and the one connection they have is then broken. And so we really try to make it our priority that the furthest they're going to be apart from each other is across the street in another home, but they will always be raised on the same campus together.
I think that is such a wonderful feature of your organization. Can you share with our viewers what is going on with Place of Hope at the Haven, and currently where are they at with that?
Yeah, you know, it's really exciting because with the opportunity we had to take a campus that had existing buildings and had an existing structure, and knowing that the need in Palm Beach County is ever increasing, we started on that first cottage, and we had a team of people, which you can speak to.
I was part of that team,
that have come in and see the vision and see the need. And we had a building that was there, but it needed to be updated. And so we had a team that came in and renovated it, redecorated it, and you walk in now and it feels like a home. And just a few weeks ago, we had our first boy step foot into that home, and that home will care for 8 boys and be their place to heal. It'll be their place to feel safe.
It is an incredible feeling. I was so touched to be a part of it, to pick the paint colors, to help with every phase of getting furniture for that home, and to now see that children are actually living there and being nourished in that home is so worthwhile and changing lives via that home. The grand opening was just a couple of weeks ago, and right away you're filling up the beds in the home. What services are provided? Are there support services? Because I know when the children come in, some of them have various issues that they have to overcome.
Yeah, we're the first stop, and so it's right out of the situation of abuse and neglect into our home. And so first of all, we meet the immediate needs. Do they need to see a doctor? Do they need to take a bath or a shower? Do they need to be registered for school? The most basic of things.
Basic care,
And so we get them settled. We make sure that they have clothing, that they're in school, that they're fed a nutritious meal, and then we start to meet the deeper needs. You know, we start to retrain their mind to believe that they're lovable and that they're worth a quality, safe home. And then we have the ability to connect them with a mentor, with a tutor. They have therapists, and so it's very holistic in the sense of we want to make sure that they have every opportunity to heal and to move successfully through life.
So you're looking at the whole well-rounded child, and whatever aspect that child needs, the care is provided.
And it's all unique. Each one of them have a unique story and a unique need.
And so it's tailor-made to them. What are the other cottages coming up at Place of Hope at the Haven? I know the first one is the Boys Emergency Shelter, and the boys there are from 3 to 17, and they could be there a day or they could be there a year or more. There are 3 more cottages, I believe. There's a rec center they're going to open, and can you tell us about the alumni cottages?
Sure.
Very exciting.
One of the things that I'm really excited about is we have the opportunity now to kind of be forerunners in a need for 18 to 21-year-olds. One of the things that we see across the county, even across the United States, is when foster children turn 18, they really kind of fall off. They lack the support, they lack the motivation and the ability to get to that high school diploma or to get to that place of independence. And with what's called extended foster care and the Alumni Impact Cottage, we have the opportunity to open up an 8-bed dormitory for females. And so 18 to 21-year-old females who've previously been in foster care now will have a safe, comfortable place to live, and I can assure you it won't be like any dormitory that we lived in. It'll be an inspiring place to live where there's a live-in adult female to help them walk through those stages of life.
That's amazing, and I know there's a boys' cottage on the books, and each bedroom will be individually decorated by designers, of which I'm on that team, and I am so excited. there's an Angel Mom group that does a lot of work for the cottage. Can you please tell us how someone could get in touch with Place of Hope to get involved, donate, be an Angel Mom, or anything along those lines?
Yeah,
How can they reach you?
We would really welcome community involvement because we can't do it on our own. As you know,
Right.
we are dependent upon that community.
Right.
So we would invite you to visit us at www.placeofhope.com, and from there you'll see links to our Haven campus in Boca.
Correct.
You'll see links to all the different services we offer, or you can call our main office at 561-775-7195, and we'd be happy to connect you that way as well.
Fantastic. And I'm sure they can get information on the upcoming Hope Bash
Yes.
on November 8th. So that is
Love to have you
awesome.
there.
We're going to close with some pictures from Place of Hope from the cottages. And thank you so much for joining us here today,
Thank you
Josh.
for having me.
It was a
Enjoyed it.
pleasure. Thank you for joining us. And we'll be here every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at Good Karma Designs. And may the good karma be yours.